Meet Spartanburg's answer to a Beverly hillbilly. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're in the lobby of the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We're focused on the city, and we're visiting with its city manager, Mark Scott. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming in early on a Thursday morning.
My pleasure. Happy to be here.
I think we're going to be honored to have your honorable mayor, the Bill Barnett, tomorrow morning here. Yesterday had a circuit judge from Kershaw and Richland counties, Judge Allison Lee, and kicked off the week with Joe Sanders. We've had a fascinating week here. And, of course, last week we were here almost all week here in the auditorium for the Miss South Carolina pageant, which was incredible.
It's a great event.
It really is. Year after year. It sounds like an event that's been held here in Spartanburg for more than a decade.
Yeah, we're very proud to have the opportunity to host the Miss South Carolina pageant. This is a big deal for our community and something we're real excited every year to see come along.
Oh, yeah. In this auditorium, a lot going on here. You have some big acts that perform here. I hear about Vince Gill, and they coming up or recently held an event here. Just a lot happening here.
Yeah. They put regular number of real high quality acts, and we have a lot of fun with the Memorial Auditorium people. Good group of folks.
Mark, about yourself, are you originally from the area?
I'm actually born and raised in California. Spent most of my 58 years in California, and found my way to South Carolina only 5 years ago.
Is that right? Wow. What were you doing out in California prior to arriving here in Spartanburg?
Well, I get a lot of kidding because the job I had for 20 years before I moved here was city manager of Beverly Hills, California.
Oh, come on. Like Beverly Hills Cops or Beverly Hills 90210?
Like the famous zip code, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, 90210. Is that just one zip code for the city, or are there multiple zip codes in the city?
Well, there's actually three,
right.
But you don't want to live in the other two. You want to live in 90210. That's right.
How was it like living in Beverly Hills?
Well, I'm sure that it was exciting for people who lived in Beverly Hills. I myself, as a government employee, commuted in and out of the city every day.
No.
But, it was a great place to be.
Well, at least they allowed you to be a government employee and not have to live right there in the city.
Yeah, it was more or less a choice. They could either have paid me a minor fortune to afford to live there,
right,
or they could have tolerated my commuting in every day, and they chose the latter, but it was a great place to work.
Any great celebrities? And, of course, this focuses on the city of Spartanburg, but I'm sure a lot of folks want to know, did you ever, any big celebrities you got to interface with as the city manager out there in Beverly Hills?
Well, it's actually an everyday thing because the celebrities are real people. And especially the older celebrities, the Jack Lemmons and the Jimmy Stewarts and the Gregory Pecks, were just delightful people, members of the community. You would have thought no ego whatsoever. It was a lot of fun to work, especially with the old stars.
Right. Now, was the city manager's position there in Beverly Hills similar to the position here? I mean, is that a similar council, a form of government?
Yeah, almost identical. The city manager is hired to do the day-to-day operation of the city, hired by the city council members.
Right.
And it was just the same there as it is here.
That's tremendous. Golly. Well, then you are very active, not only here as you were there, but day in and day out. It sounds like the city of Spartanburg's really got a lot going on.
Yeah, I didn't come here to retire. I came here because we have a lot of exciting things going on. And it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week kind of job, only it's really a passion more than it is a job. Good people here. That's what brought me here, is good people and just a great place. And we've got some good things going on.
That's tremendous. Well, I know a lot of folks talk about the fun they have on certain holidays, even July 4th last Friday, a lot going on. You were actually out working on the 4th, spending time cruising the city. There's things going on all the time. Holidays, it's tough to take holidays in big cities oftentimes, albeit Spartanburg's not too big a city. Give viewers a little sense of some of the facts of the city of Spartanburg.
Well, what I enjoy about Spartanburg is that Spartanburg is the center of activity in this county.
Right.
When I was in Beverly Hills, I used to say we were the hole in the donut because we were surrounded by Los Angeles on all sides.
Oh, yeah.
In Spartanburg, I like to say we're the whole donut because we really have the civic infrastructure. We are the center of activity, the seats of government, the home of the colleges. We've got great colleges here in Spartanburg County. The arts, the big churches. So we really have a great variety of living opportunities. And so I'd say the community is just 40,000 people in population,
right.
But we actually are pretty much the hometown to 270,000 people. 270,000 people
Right.
that live in Spartanburg County. Most of them will claim to be from Spartanburg, and they are, and we embrace all of them.
Right.
So that's really the kind of community we are.
For our viewers in the PD, we're Florence County. The county seat there is the city of Florence. Down at the beach in Horry County, we've got the city, the county seat is, of course, the city of Conway. So it's great that you have a county here where the big city is actually the same county name. It gives a real opportunity, as you say, for the entire community to claim that this city, as their own.
Yeah, in fact, I think you'll find in talking to my mayor, he is really claimed as the mayor for everyone in Spartanburg County. But I will say at the same time, we have a wonderful relationship with our county counterparts.
Right.
Jeff Horton, our county council chairman,
Right.
and the entire team that they've got. We work together in Spartanburg County. We do quite well together.
That's tremendous. How about the city council here? Is there a lot of interaction between the 7 members of city council and your staff, you and the 425 plus employees in the city of Spartanburg? How has that relationship been, Mark?
Well, absolutely. There's a great deal of interaction. These are our elected officials. These are our leaders, and collectively they are my boss.
Right.
And we work with them day in, day out. I get to work with a mayor and 6 city council members who are extremely devoted to what they do, looking out for the community's interests. We have a lot of fun working together.
Is there a degree in college to become a city manager? How does one become a city manager? What did you study to set the stage for you to get into management of a city?
I would say that most city managers come through a public administration program, which I did undergrad. And then when I got to my graduate program, I got an MBA, so I chose to go the business route.
Right.
And I think that's getting to be the more, as common as an approach as any at this point.
Right. Of course, studying anything in school, and particularly getting an MBA, could set the stage for anything. Was there a passion for you at an early age that set the stage to become a city manager? Do you have a family member, a relative who'd been a city manager? What spurred that?
You know, it's funny you ask, because when I was in 4th grade, I remember my dad was a teacher, and we were doing a segment on local government and local history. And I lived in Fresno, California. My dad took me through the back alleys and all the little places to show me the ins and outs of how cities operate. And that was in 4th grade. I ended up writing a paper saying I wanted to be a city manager.
Oh, come on. In
Absolutely.
4th grade. I don't believe it. You can't tell fibs. Really?
In 4th grade. The only thing I will say, though, since then, I also wanted to be a lawyer,
right.
a diplomat, a professional baseball player. But I came back to city management. That's right.
I think I saw you work for American Airlines at one time, which was exciting, and maybe even kicked off the Advantage Frequent Flyer program. That's a pretty big deal. A lot of folks, was that one of the first frequent flyer programs in the country of any of the airlines?
Absolutely. But American Airlines, where I went to work after business school,
right.
They were going through deregulation,
right.
and they were looking for clever marketing programs, and they came up with, I didn't,
right.
the Advantage program, which was the first of the frequent flyer programs. And I was asked to be in charge of the marketing of that program because I had written a report that said, I don't think this program will work. And the vice president said, well, you're wrong, but I like the way you think, and I got the job. So
I love it.
That's how I ended up there.
he did not know about your fourth grade report.
That's right.
So he didn't know that you were ultimately going to leave him to get into city management. That's a great idea. It's good being able to, like a debater, take both sides.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the frequent flyer program has clearly had a tremendous impact over the years on the airline industry.
Yeah, I think the program has been great. For me, the experience in the private sector was very valuable, and I learned a lot in those years.
Do you still have family in California, Mark?
I do. I've got my parents are still in Fresno, so I make common trips back there.
Oh, yeah.
And I get a chance to see some family. But I actually have a brother in North Carolina, a daughter in Richmond, Virginia. So we're the first generation moving back to the east.
Well, that's a big move east. It's not like you moved to Oklahoma or moved to Kansas. You all both came to the Carolinas. That's a big deal.
That's right. It's a good place to be.
Yeah. Speaking of Fresno, there's a great one of the leaders of the Fox Broadcasting Network, Harry Pappas, has a station there in Fresno and had done some amazing things for many, many years.
Absolutely. Channel 26.
That's right. KMPH, I believe.
KMPH, and for years their lead weather guy has been Kopi Soteropoulos, my high school cheerleader.
Is that right?
I feel very fond of Channel 26.
Oh, yeah, very definitely. He really helped kick off the Fox Kids Network, which became so popular in the 80s and 90s with kids all over the country. That Pappas had really done a lot about that. That's amazing. You know, you think about here in Spartanburg, as we talked about so many activities, you mentioned the colleges. What are the colleges here in the city of Spartanburg, or a little bit even the surrounding area?
The college, when I looked at moving to this area, and I found this little community that could boast of 6 colleges.
Yeah.
I thought it was a typo. I couldn't believe this could be true.
Yeah.
And I'll probably make a mistake by naming them, but with Wofford and Converse, USC Upstate, Spartanburg Methodist College, Spartanburg Community College, and Sherman College, the College of Straight Chiropractic, if I said that right.
Yes.
We literally have 6 colleges within this very small ring around the city of Spartanburg.
Amazing. And a couple of them are literally a stone's throw, or at least a good drive shot from this Memorial Auditorium.
That's right. We've got 2 gorgeous campuses right in the middle of our downtown. And then on top of that, USC Upstate is building their new business school right in the heart of our downtown. So we're quite excited and quite well supported.
That's a big deal. What is the, and you said about 40,000 permanent residents here, albeit as you said, almost the entire county of north of 250,000 consider themselves part of the city. Now that can have some big pluses, but also some minuses there when those folks are looking to tap on many of the services of the city of Spartanburg. That's a big deal. That's a double-edged sword oftentimes. I guess you all have made a lot more of the positives out of it.
There's no choice, really. You make the best of what you've got. And sometimes in South Carolina, it's hard on cities. We're dealt kind of a shorthand when it comes to revenues. But, you know, that's the way it is, and that's the way it's set up. So the only choice I've got is to look to the positives. We got great positives, and that's what we go with.